Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over my recent conversation with Zion Oil and Gas, ticker symbol ZNOG. As you know, if you watch the channel, I did email them a couple of weeks ago and got a reply back. I shared that with you, but I've been emailing them back and forth, and then last week they went silent until eventually I had to send them a very lengthy email to get a reply back, and I did. So I wanted to share that with you and let you know what they told me. So for those of you who are thinking, and I kind of figured this after the first time I emailed it out and got a reply, but if you're thinking that you're emailing John Brown directly, you're obviously not. It's just it's an email that basically goes to the marketing operations people, and in that case you're actually better off just coming down here and leaving them a message or chatting with them live, because it's the same people who are going to respond to you by email that are going to talk to you on the chat. So basically, you know, it's an email that, again, misleads people thinking you're talking to someone and you're actually not talking to that person. So I'm going to go over the email, I'm going to go over their response, and then we'll take a look at the charts and we'll go from there. All right, so my email wrote, this was on December 20th. I put, "Hi John, I'm writing again in hopes that you can reply to me directly with answers to some of my questions. Back on December 11th, I emailed you asking for a reply to some of my questions, in which I was answered by," I'm not going to say the name because I don't have their permission, "but the VP of Marketing and Investor Relations. I was told that the email would be forwarded to you. Was it? Did you read it?" This was back on December 12th that I received the reply. On December 13th, I exchanged emails with, I'm not going to say their name, but he's the Investor Relations and Marketing Coordinator, asking what the next steps were and if we would receive a follow-up email on what the future plans will hold for Zion. I was sent the generic reply that we typically get from the chat about how all the info is provided publicly for shareholders and supporters, and asked if I was signed up, and I was asked if I was signed up for email updates. I then replied with the email below, but received no response. I then replied on December 17th asking if anyone was going to reply to me. This is December 20th, still with no reply. This is obviously not your email, as other people are screening for you. So why would you act as though we have access to talk to you if indeed yourself will not respond? I'm a shareholder, but to be honest, a very concerned one. I'm hoping that since again I'm writing to John Brown, that I will get a reply from him. I do not understand why this company refuses to provide shareholders with timely information that was promised a couple of years ago at the annual shareholder meeting by Mr. Dunn. We as shareholders should not have to speculate, guess, or wonder what is happening and why it is happening for weeks or sometimes months without a peek from management. I hope things can change for the better as we approach a new year in 2023. See my email below. That is from December 13th. And this was my email to them after they asked me if I was signed up to email updates. It says, yes, I'm signed up for email updates. So in the annual shareholder meeting, they mentioned that the drill pad was reached its limit on how many holes they could drill. Is that the reason we're going back to MJ1 to just try again in case one works? And if it didn't work then, why would it work now? Also, from the most recent update, it states that the zones do not have sufficient permeability to be productive. What are the circumstances and technological advances that would warrant the future use of this well? I'm hoping these indeed are passed on to John, and see that the shareholders indeed are concerned for the lack of transparency and sense of urgency in providing details to the people who are funding their operation. Online, there are people who are speculating about all different scenarios, which could have been avoided with more transparency by trying to limit details to shareholders. It does indeed make people do what the company says they don't want to have happen, and that is speculate. Sorry for the rant, but I want management to know that they are hoping. Management to know that we are hoping for some more information soon on what the next steps are. So that was my email to them originally, and no reply. So that's when I sent back the other one, and got that instead. So now here's their reply from my most recent email. And they told me hello, and they said, please know that John himself does not use email, and it goes through us. He does not use email. So he has an email, but he doesn't use it. Oh, that's convenient. Okay. Speaking with him, he expresses that any future plans need to be released publicly, and we will do so soon. Some of the requests for details, such as that we simply cannot answer through direct emails or even elaborate through a bulk email update, PR, or through our website. Please be patient. We are pushing as hard as we can to move forward, and do believe that Israel's oil will produce in his timing. Okay, so that was a reply to me saying that you'll have an update soon. There's that word again. Now we don't know how soon. You know, for them, like I said, 1 week can turn into 1 month. It can turn into 2 months, 3 months. So we don't know. So I just want to let you know that, kind of keep you updated on that reply that I got from them in that conversation. Let's take a look at the charts and let's see what they're telling us for today. All right, guys, taking a look at Zion Oil and Gas, ticker symbol ZNOG. So we are currently at about 6 cents, a little over 6 cents, and as you see here, we're trading about 11 to 12 cents, holding support. And then the news came out about how the well was not commercially viable and obviously fell down, and then we've just been kind of slowly falling. And now it looks like we found some support here around that 4.5 to 5 to 6 cents mark, and people came in and bought up a lot at the 4.5 cent level. It looks like we've pushed it back up all the way to 8, and then now we're slowly kind of falling back down. This was basically the I guess the little bull run that we had was not much of a bull run. It was more of like a little slow step, not even a full run from 5 cents to 8 cents or to 7 cents. And then I do see us falling back down and retesting that 4.5 cent mark. As you see here, we could go a little bit higher. We could push up a little bit higher, but I think ultimately with no news, I think we do fall back down and retest that 4.5 cent mark overall. But the only thing that makes me think we could pop our head up first is because we are undervalued or oversold. Not fully in there yet, but we're very, very close to it. We actually just got out of it, but we're still close to that. And as you see here, there's not a lot of volume and momentum of people come and buy in, because at this point they really have no reason to, right? So without any type of future future plans from the company, you'll see this thing stay where it's at or continue to go lower, in my opinion. So for myself, my what I'm eyeing into 2023 is if we do get down to about the 2.5 to 1 cent mark. If we do that, then that's where I can come in and try to start the average down process, which I've talked about is my plan, is to try to average down enough to where on the next initial spike I can get close to my break even or at break even to go ahead and get out until they actually come and say that they have oil, which would be no telling when that's going to be, but that's my plans moving forward. So we'll have to kind of wait it out and see where it goes from here. So right now your current overall floor is 4.5 cents, and then your first level of resistance is 12.5. So keep that in mind. And if any type of little run that we have to the upside of 12.5, if we're overextended here for no reason, for no news, chances are we're going to pull back down. So those of you who are looking to buy here to get a swing trade in, 11.5 to 12 cents would probably be a safe bet to go ahead and maybe take some profits off the table on that. So anyway, let me know your comments below, guys. Let me know what your plans are moving forward with the company. I just wanted to provide that quick update for you there. Other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.